Hello again, everybody. This is Craig Evans of Autism Hangout, and thank you for tuning into this Autism Hangout feature program in the series Key Learnings of Autism Thought Leaders. If you look inside any successful corporation, you'll usually find a CEO of vision. Now, that vision may be for newer products or better services, or it may be a skill that's used to deepen a relationship with a targeted consumer. Or in this case, it may be an intense understanding of the strength and skills of a certain category of employee, an employee on the spectrum. The Copenhagen-based for-profit company is called Specialisterne, which means specialist, and it employs people on the spectrum with an intense interest in computers and software. The best part is, it's working. The company's visionary leader is joining me today. His name is Thorkil Sonne. Thorkil, welcome. I am so excited to have you join our audience here at Autism Hangout.
Thanks, Craig. It's great to be here.
And I know that we just spoke before I turned on the camera here about you returning from Glasgow, where you were looking for buildings to house a new branch of Specialisterne over in Scotland. That is so exciting. Could you talk a little bit about how your company is now doing?
Yes. I just flew back from Glasgow. It will be the first international startup based on the Specialisterne experience of 6 years of operation in Copenhagen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very excited. Now we are going from the planning phase into the operational phase. And the next time I'm going to Glasgow, I will be meeting candidates for the general manager position. So I'm really excited. In Denmark, we have today a business department with about, I think we are about 45 employees, and of these, our consultants on the autistic spectrum, I think there are about 36, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have an assessment part for 5 months assessment and training, and a 3-year fixed education, also for the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
So it has been an adventure the last 6 years. We started up just with a strong vision, no money to start up with, no knowledge, and we had to break barriers to the business community, to the authorities, being a for-profit company, and also to try to convince people on the spectrum, because they can be very critical as well.
Yes. Yeah.
But we succeeded, and now I'm in contact with people in more than 50 countries who want us to start up.
Oh my gosh, that was one of my questions that I wanted to ask you. What kind of corporations from what countries are asking about this business model?
Well, in the next 4 or 5 years, I'm pretty sure that we'll be established more places in Europe, and also that will be in the US or Canada or both. We were featured on ABC News in April, and over the years, ever since, there were reports, since we became a case study at Harvard Business School, there have been lots of requests from the US encouraging us to start up. And there are actually some pretty concrete contacts in Arizona and in Maryland. So I know that there are people there who are pretty capable of starting up.
Who are candidates to work at Specialisterne?
It will be someone on the spectrum, on the high end of the spectrum. Doesn't matter if it's if they have a diagnosis with Asperger's syndrome or other kind of. There are many different. The most important thing is that you have to be ready to take your chances of developing yourself as a person and professional.
Who are you looking at now for a target market? So if they're listening, they can contact you.
Well, at the starting point, we had focused on the IT sector, just because I have a background within IT, and I found out that it's obvious that we can do very good tasks in software testing, quality control, and so on. also approaching the insurance companies at the moment, because that would be a huge market as well. But I actually think that if I've been in a bank or in the hospital sector,
what are the primary skills that your employees have?
our consultants with ASD are very good at finding deviations from patterns or defining patterns that no one else has seen. They're also very good at keeping focus while the task had to be repeated several times. But I think the most important qualification is actually that they have a pride in what they are doing.
This is just so remarkable. This is so remarkable. I said at the beginning of this, I'm a huge fan of yours, and you were enabling so many people to compete in the marketplace with their best skill set, which benefits everybody. Now, I know that one of your goals is to employ 1 million people on the spectrum around the world. Can you tell us how you're doing on that so far?
My plan is actually to go in different directions. One is to replicate Specialisterne as a showcase in all countries in the world, not just the Western world. We have to build up our platform financially and knowledge-wise, the Western culture. But I also want to start up in India and Bangladesh and Argentina and other countries far from the US and Europe, because there are people with ASD all over the world and traveled and met so many people. It's like we're one global family, and I want to help our knowledge wherever I can.
How can people get more information on you and your company at this point in time? Where can they go?
They could go to our website, www.specialistpeople.com. The Specialist People Foundation is the new mother company for Specialisterne. It's a not-for-profit company. I sold all shares of Specialisterne for 1 Danish kroner. That's about 20 US cents. After 5 years to the Specialist Foundation. Because I need a not-for-profit foundation to go global, to work on the goal of enabling 1 million jobs.
Yes.
The 1 million jobs will be for specialist people. I want to get rid of talking about diagnosis and start talking about specialist people, instead trying to define their business. And the way I want to do it is to replicate Specialisterne in as many countries as possible as a showcase to make it attractive to the business community and to the authorities to be able to understand and support specialist people. And then I want to develop a management model that will enable mainstream businesses also to hire and manage specialist people. At that point of time, we will have mainstreamed the business opportunities also for specialist people.
So the Specialisterne is actually training wheels, and eventually when the vehicle takes off on its own, our special people on the spectrum will be recognized as the specialists they really are. What a great concept. I commend you for being the person to take these first precarious steps, and I'm just delighted that everybody is responding as favorably as they have. Thorkil, thank you for joining us today. I'm just delighted to meet people like you that are out there helping our special kids. And I hope we get a chance to talk again in the future as the specialists start to become recognized by the industries like insurances and banking industries and possibly even the medical industry that you've mentioned. So continued success to you, my friend. And thank you, Autism Hangout, for tuning in. I'll be back again soon with another feature program.